Well, reclassifications are officially here. The Wiregrass once again has a team in every classification, and it's time to talk about who our Wiregrass football teams will be playing starting the 2024 fall season. Here is a look at Class 7A Region 2. Not much changing for Dothan and Enterprise. There was speculation the two would end up in the Mobile region, but that has since been put to rest. Prattville has been moved to Region 3, and Carver moves in after combining with Sidney Lanier. Now here's a look at Class 6A Region 2. Tough draw for the Rehoboth Rebels as they move up from 5A. They are the lone Wiregrass team in 6A. The team's average travel distance time for road games will be right around 2 hours. Now talk about a loaded region. 6 of these 7 schools in Class 5A made the playoffs in football this past season. Andalusia and Montgomery Catholic moving up from 4A. Catholic, the 2023 4A state champion, and Andalusia, the 2022 4A state champion. In 2023, Charles Henderson had a second-round appearance. Headland had a quarterfinal appearance, and Eufaula reached the semifinals. Now here's a look at Class 4A Region 2. The region looks completely different for the 2024 season. Dale County and Geneva being the only 2 teams still left from that region the past season. Now the rest of these programs all moving from Class 3A. Now look at Class 3A Region 2. What was a 9-team region a season ago is now only 7 teams. Houston Academy and Northside being the only 2 remaining teams from this season. Slocum dropping down from 4A and Wicksburg moving up from 2A. And now a look at a couple of 2A regions, Houston County and Sampson making the jump back up from 1A. Providence Christian, part of that 9-team 3A region, dropping down to 2A. Now here's a look at Region 3, Zion Chapel and Pike Lib moving into the region. Pike Lib will be eligible for the playoffs for the first time in 2024. And now a look at the 1A schools in Region 2. Not much change here. Houston County makes the only difference from a season ago with the school moving up to 2A. Now the region goes from 9 teams to 8 teams with the move. Certainly a lot of exciting time. Going to be a quick turnaround, I feel like. Football season jumps up on us like out of nowhere.
It always does.
I feel like it always does too. Yeah.